right.
Hello.
I want to make sure my mic's working. Okay, it's working. All right.
All right. Welcome to Tuesday Training 2.0. We're really, really excited that to be here, and we're live.
Yeah, no, we're definitely
for real live, right?
Spilled water on my shirt less than a minute ago.
Just had to go change. You guys who are showing up, I'm watching the numbers come up on YouTube. Good job for you guys, right? And kind of like you get the inside scoop here. We're going to do a little mini rally.
Ooh.
Woohoo!
All right.
All right. So first, let's talk about who's coming up next.
All right. So we've got, of course, SNSD Andy Young. Everybody wants to hear from him. We've got this. I think it's our last segment from Bill, right?
Well, last segment we're going to hear from Bill.
Yeah, from Bill, and got Chris and Tarsha Gray. So stay strapped in for that. And yeah, mini rally, right?
Yep. So let's talk about how we're going to do this. The little short version. I made us a new little mini rally graphic.
All right.
Right? So we can do only the RVPs are going to report the number of people you have participating in Tuesday 2.0. Same text numbers before, so if you were smart when Rob said to save it, you are set to go 404-465-1830, exactly like we used to do it. RVP, last name, number of people you have engaged.
Yep.
All right, it's a 30-minute show, 32-ish maybe tonight.
Yeah.
Right, so get started.
Yep.
Right, we'll put the number up as often as we can while we do the regular content stuff for you all. And at the end, we will recognize all who participated and whoever it is that won. So get it rolling, everybody.
And we've got, before you hear from Andy, we're going to have the Chris and Tarsha segment coming up just next. And right after that, you're going to hear from the man himself. So roll the footage.
Y'all excited? I know that's right. Represent worldwide. GLI, Andy Young, Peggy Hightower, everybody here. Big ups to everybody in that blue. All right, y'all. Tarsha Gray, I'm going to be real quick, but this is what I want to do real quick. If you're here right now, you're not a regional. Y'all excited? I know that's right. Represent worldwide. GLI, Andy Young, Peggy Hightower, everybody here. Big ups to everybody in that blue. All right, y'all. Tarsha Gray, I'm going to be real quick, but this is what I want to do real quick. If you're here right now, you're not a regional vice president, I want you to listen to this. If you were ever part of the welfare system, stand up. By choice or by what you were born into? Come on now. If you were ever rejected by your parents, I want you to stand up. I was put out at age 12 years old. My dad wasn't in my life, so if you were ever rejected by your parents, stand up. If you ever lived in a project, stand up. If you ever lived in low-income housing, right, stand up. If you ever lived in a homeless shelter, I want you to stand up. Ever had to wipe yourself down with iodine in a closet, stand up. Hey, if you ever a teenage parent, I want you to stand up. See, I know people laughing, but it's people in the room like that. Ever a teenage parent, you stand up. If you've ever suffered physical abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, sexual abuse, won't you stand up? I want you to stand up. If you have ever had a chip on your shoulder, I want you to stand up. If you've ever been told that you'll never amount to anything, I want you to stand up. If you've ever grew up with an attitude, a negative attitude, I want you to stand up. And this is what I want to tell each and every one of y'all standing up. None of that defines you. None of that defines you. From this day forward, I want you to know and believe that you can make a decision not to devalue yourself anymore. All of that junk and garbage that you have in your head is going to cause you to miss this opportunity this weekend if you keep responding as a victim. I want you to say, I am no longer a victim. I am no longer defeated. I am my future. I am a winner. Awesome job, y'all. Let me tell you this. Everything you, give it up for yourselves. Listen, Every single thing that's been done to you has been done to strengthen you. I think about rejection. Everybody, do we deal with rejection in Primerica? We should be best equipped for all the no's, right? Because we got told no a lot. The next thing is, y'all, I want you to stop trying to prove people wrong and start proving yourself right. Stop trying to prove people wrong and start proving yourself right. I'll tell you this. You just heard my story just now with everybody standing up. Chris and I are here today as an example that it can be done. It doesn't matter what side of the tracks. If you want it bad enough, you have a will inside of you, you have a great work ethic, and you have a major why. It can get done. Y'all with me? So all of those people who are not regional vice presidents right now, I came in this business, I wanted to make $300 a month extra. I was in an abusive marriage, I just got out. I needed to take care of my babies. Never did I think regional vice president. But Peggy Hightower says, show up to everything, be coachable, and be positive, and we are nowhere near where we're going to be, but we're daggone further than where we've come since we joined this business. And I want to turn it over to the leader of all leaders, the coach of all coaches, the guy who makes sure I sleep well at night. Y'all give it up for Chris Gray.
No, stay right here, stay right here. All right, okay. Hey, all right. So, y'all, let me say this. We are so peanut butter and jelly regular people. The beautiful thing about Primerica is that you can come here. I remember the day I met Tarsha. She had been out the night before. Nothing wrong, all right? She had on a black cross body shirt, and she had on some jeans, red and black jeans. And she said my pants were high-watered. And I was going bald, and that was probably my third week on the haircut, so that means this was laying over and this was curling, all right? And I sold her a policy, and I recruited her. I did her policy. And she was paying $35 a month for $10,000 on her, $15,000 on 3 kids, and she gave me a check for $35, Mr. Andy Young, and she said, "Well, you're ashy," and I was like, "Okay, I've been called way worse." I was like, "Okay," and she was like, "Well, you ought to do biz with me." I was like, "All right, cool." So I said, "Well, what do you do?" She brings out this Mary Kay satin handset. And I was like, "How much is it?" Now, I'm ashy, so I'm not used to buying lotion, so I'm thinking $7. And she was like, "It was $30. I'm like, "Okay, $30. Wow, $30. So I gave her $30, and that was the very first time she cracked a smile. She didn't crack a smile when I gave her 10 times the coverage. She didn't crack a smile. And I was like, "Well, how much money you just make?" She said, "I just made $15. And I was like, "Well, I just made $300. Why don't you come work with me?" Okay? So, and she showed up. Why am I saying this, you all? Because we are regular people. We are regular people. You all, we started just like everybody else. The difference, and I'll say this, and it may not be a difference. We wanted what we saw, okay? Write this down. The reason you need to come to these meetings, the reason you need to get your vision stretched is because you need to change what you see, because we wanted what we saw. So we just had to change what we saw. We had to change what we saw. I remember I would go to meetings and I would see people making $10,000 because they was working hard. So I wanted what I saw. I wanted $10,000. And I was like, I'll work hard. But then I had to go somewhere where I could change what I saw. Here you change what you see. I'm going to touch that. This is such an awesome tune-up. Miss Gupri, the legend, is sitting next to us. And she was like, "What you going to do?" She was like, "So what are you going to do?" I got to practice on her accent. But you know her voice is real funny. So I was like, we going home, and we getting these sheets of paper. I promise you. Like Tuesday, we're going to have these sheets of papers. We're going to have circles, 1 person, 3 people. We get them 3. Get 3 getting 3, 3 getting 3, 3 getting 3. And all we're going to do is pass out these sheets of paper. We're going to have contests who can fill out the sheet first. Who could put the names in the bubbles, because that's what Mr. Bill Arender said, right? Now, the crazy thing, you all, this business is so forgivable, but You can't waste the moment that we have. It is so forgivable. We have made so many mistakes. We have sold when we should have recruited. We have duplicated when we should have multiplied. With that being said and done, y'all, Primerica paid the rat, used to be the rat from Chuck E. Cheese, and I used to sell sausages for Hillshire Farm. They paid us, Primerica paid us $504,000 last year. And we were doing it wrong. So can you imagine when you do it right, what's going to happen? I wrote down what Bill Arender said. I wrote down because he was like, a person should get 111 recruits, right? Y'all remember that number? I did the multiplications on that number. I looked at our average. Y'all, our average recruits so far this year, 29 a month. 29. Our average premium, 41,000. I did the multiplication. We do 111 recruits. Mr. Andy Young, that's gonna be a lot of cases. I looked at our cases because Mr. Bill Arender was saying, hey, they did 20 recruits for like 30,000, something like that, or 30 recruits, 20,000. That would be 220 cases, 164,000 in premium. That pays us $78,000 a month when we get 111 recruits a month by doing it right. Who is excited about doing it right? Stand up if you're excited about doing it right. Stand up if you're going to go get one of them sheets of paper and you're going to draw a circle and then getting three and three getting three and then getting three, because guess what? Yo, we see something different now. That guy was talking about being wealthy. Y'all, on the road to success is going to be narrow. You better go get you a partner. If you ain't got no partner, your upline is your partner. I'll see y'all on the road to wealth. Talk to y'all then. We are SNSD Factory. Well,
that's amazing stuff. I'll tell you, Chris and Tarsha, they're on fire and talking about $504,000 doing it wrong, selling insurance, selling first, and understand the Bill Arender system, three who get three, who get three, who get three. And that is such a big deal because a lot of times, you know, they go for people that maybe are, you know, lower than them or whatever. And I'm not saying people are people, okay? You got to go out there and talk to everybody. You're going to get your quality out of the quantity. But you got to find people that got hot markets, and you got to go out there and work those markets. And that's what they're talking about doing. I know when they put the systems in place, people filling in the circles, who's the best people to go see, recruit, get things moving. That's it, because it is totally about you build districts, districts become double-digit recruiters, you get more districts, you get some of them to become double-digit recruiters, and it's 3 who do 10 put you at 50, 6 who do 10 put you at 100, and 15 who do 10 put you at 250, 30 who do 10 a month get you at 500, put you in Cocoa Range, Circle of Champions owner. So Chris and Tarsha are always great, always on fire, always have an incredible message. Tarsha's message is absolutely perfect. You know, don't let people define you. You go out there and prove to yourself. Quit worrying about proving other people wrong. Prove yourself right. And that's totally the right message. We got Bill Arender coming up now. And I mean, Bill, he was such the perfect speaker to kick off coming out of COVID, you know, because it's A.L. Williams' original game plan. Art became a billionaire. Primerica is his nickname. So I don't know if it's East Coast, West Coast, Meyer, everybody talks about all these different systems. Well, I like Art's system. Art is the, he's the friggin' leader of Primerica, which is his team nickname. Everybody, whatever they do, it's in his code number, it's in his hierarchy. So you have an opportunity to get as big as Art. I believe people could do that today if you just run the system. Bill Arender brought it, he brought the fire. He talked so clearly about abundance, being wealthy, understanding what you could do with wealth, and what an amazing speaker to kick off our coming out of COVID opportunity on the Cocoa Run. Let's listen a little bit to Bill Arender.
See, that's what you got to be saying yourself right now. I'm that guy. I'm that girl. And my job is to find other people who feel about life the way I do, because we're not asking people to join Primerica. We're asking people to change their life, want the better life that we offer them. I love what this one author said. I don't want to die and people say I was just a tourist passing through, that I took the easy way out. So what's the action plan? Number one, before you get home, call 3 people. It's not magical if you do it now or you do it 2 hours from now, but what happens? The Spirit is in you to do the work, and it reinforces it, and not care what they're going to say, yes or no. Write down, before you leave here today, your net worth goal for 2031. What do you want your net worth to be? I write down my net worth goal for 2030, for 2040, and 2050 when I'll be 106 years old. Virginia Carter had a 20-year game plan at age 80. She didn't make it, but her game plan is still being used today, because this will outlive you. And but your dream will never, never die. And that's what I tell people. I told her daughter, I said, Jenny, her daughter's named Jen, I said, this code number will never die. This code number will never get sick. This code number will never get cancer. The code number will never get tired. The multiples will keep working and working and working and working and working. All we have to do is plug people in for the next 90 to 120 days. I challenge all of you to go out there and get 100 people by the end of the year. From the 3 to 5 that you're going to recruit in the next 30 days. That's the math. And if you can never leave Primerica and say it didn't work for me. The math works for everybody here. Another one, vow to take every recruit 4 deep. And the way you do that is say, listen, here's what I do with every person. I'll take you 4 deep, and if not, I'll buy you a steak dinner, and I'll do it in a week. And now live up to it. Another one is double-digit recruit in August, which means takes the 2 or 3 recruits you can get this month and do what? Take them 4 deep, and what do you have? You got 10. And then what did John Lavin say? Double-digit recruiting is the first step to the RVP promotion. Read a book called The Wealth Choice. Go on a reading of nothing but money books for the next 6 months. Read a book a month for the next 6 months, like Wealth Choice, God Wants You Rich, Think and Grow Rich. One of my favorites is I'm a Badass at Making Money. It's a book, and it's a dynamite book by Jen Sincero. Get out your 100-name list, right? Remember I talked yesterday about getting 100 names on a sheet of paper, 1 to 100, and your job now is to put it somewhere where you have to look at it all the time, and you become obsessed with filling that sheet up with names. And you don't care where they come from, whether it's 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 25th, fill that sheet with names and get the circle chart going, because there's something about being obsessed about filling in the squares, in the circles, in the names. You know, when ordinary meets extraordinary, something called wow happens. You're ordinary in your mind. The world thinks you're ordinary because you're nothing but a bunter till you walk in this room and start doing the things we say. By the way, there's some people who are going to stay bunters. They might be RVPs, but they've chosen to bunt when they can be a home run hitter inside of you. Thomas Edison said, if we did all the things we are capable of doing, we would literally astound ourselves. And people don't recognize their lucky breaks until they're over. You know how many people I met 20, 30 years, 15 years, 10 years after they left Primerica, and they don't remember why they left, but they all regret leaving to the person. It's kind of like this. You still in Primerica? Yeah. Oh, okay. They wanted you to quit with them because they knew they were quitters. And they not only quit here, they quit on their spouses and their family and their life. Because why? Once you know how to quit, you keep quitting. People think, I just quit, it wasn't for me. Oh, no. Because everyone I've ever met, not one of them have gone on and done something great. So I put these down, and these mean a lot to me, about having a wild life. I wanted one time in my life to have people look at me and know what I've accomplished and say, wow, wow. Like people look when they ring, what do they say? Only one word, wow. I wanted to give my family the special life I dreamed of and promised them they could have. And when we did it, they looked at me and said, wow. I wanted to take my family to wonderful vacations and wonderful places. And like when you go to Europe, we've been to Europe with our kids so many times, and I visited with my son in Nashville last week, and we spent hours talking about our trips. And he kept saying, wow, Dad, we saw this, Dad, we saw that, Dad. You know what made that happen? Me recruiting and building and creating hierarchy. We were in Hawaii, and we were on the first floor of the Pink Hotel, I think Royal Hawaiian. We've been to Hawaii so many times, I forgot all the places we stayed. But man, they were great. We're going back again, aren't we, next February? And we were on the first level, and so right below us was a walkway. And so Carol and I were sitting on the veranda there and porch, and we heard this, these people underneath us. And you can tell by the voices there was a couple older folks and some younger folks. And it was an older man. He was saying to his son, turned out to be Mike Landrum's father. And he said, boy, Mike, I couldn't believe this. You started this thing. Look where we now. I can't believe this place. I can't believe this ocean. I can't believe these trees. I can't believe these aromas. I can't believe the temperature. I can't believe. And people like us don't come to places like this. Mike, wow. Wouldn't you like to have your parents say that to you before they're gone? And don't wait for a Primerica trip to take them. So, one of the things I praise God that I did this. I told my dad, I'm going to buy you a new car. So he went out and he picked out the car. You're supposed to pick it up on a Monday. He had a stroke on a Wednesday. On Friday, could never drive ever again. Wow is right. Whew. You know how many people pick up their parents and say, Dad, how's your job going? Man, I hate it. Listen, Dad, guess what? You're going to walk in there and you're going to quit your job and you're going to start work for me. And what am I going to do? You're going to be a best grandfather ever. You know how many people in Primerica have retired their mom and dad? You know how many people in Primerica have bought new homes for their mom and dad, bought new cars for their mom and dad, paid for college education for their nieces and nephews? No one ever talks about it. I love what Andy says. I didn't come here to build orphanages. I didn't come here to take care of the poor. I didn't come here to take care of the homeless. I came here to make money and build a hierarchy to make the money, and because I did, I'm now feeding the homeless. I'm taking care of the underprivileged. I take care of all that. Folks, we have to look at this thing and be astounded when we look at our system and go, wow, I can't believe this system of the multiples. I wanted to attempt something that other people had a hard time doing and then have them say, wow, you did it. I want to buy my wife something she didn't think we could afford and have her say, wow. I wanted my wife who believed in me, respected me, relied on me, and deliver for her and the kids, and look at me like my wife, God bless her, she does this. She says, Bill, wow. And lights up my life when she says it. How do you think I feel? It was all worth it, every stupid phone call. By the way, I never got any dark houses. You're crazy to have a dark house. It means you didn't confirm the appointment, right? And the last one is this. Oh, I got two more. I'm going to travel the world with my wife and kiddos and say, wow, 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 to every place we went. I wanted my life to matter, to be somebody that I'm proud of, to make a difference, to amount to something, to live a wow life. And then when I die, I go to heaven. And Jesus looks at me because I delivered on the promise he gave me if I did the work. He looks at me and said, well done, good and faithful servant. And by the way, Bill, wow, Bill, I knew you would deliver. I know. Wow, you did it over, beyond, filling, over, abundant. Look what you did. A wow life creates memories. Don't tell me what you remember. Give your family something they'll never forget. God bless you. Thank you very much.
All right, unbelievable. Bill Arender, the purest message out there from A.L. Williams. Art himself closed every A.L. Williams meeting that ever mattered. He was the guy, the closer, by Art Williams, okay? And we had him, and one of the things you got to look at, because we taped everything, and a lot of people asking about, well, Super Saturday, you know, streaming. No, we're not streaming. North Carolina, we did a slight stream for the Canada people because they couldn't get out. Well, now they can. At the end of the day, you come to live events. It's event to event to event to event. And you know what? There's plenty of stuff out there that you can look at, from POL to all kinds of videos and streams and everything else you got. Some of the stuff you've gotten from us over time. You can go to Get Bigger, Go Home. We got all the things you need there to win. But at the end of the day, it's in the room. Like Frances Averett on August 14th, in the room. She's going to be there for an hour. So your option, you want to go out there and get it done. You want to have people out there. It's going to be unbelievably mind-blowing. Those of you over at our house know that hour is going to be special. It's got to be in the room. And Bill's message is so pure about what it takes to get the job done. Three who get three, who get three, who get three, doing the math. A life of abundance, right out of the Bible, quotes after one after another. And down the road, we'll have some stuff on the vault. But you got to move people to events. You got to move people to meetings. And that's really what it's all about. And as I said before, you know, with Team Bold, you know, 17 days out, they didn't really have a plan. 17 days later, they had 3 buses, and they had a day, 3 or 4 buses, and 115 people there. Makes all the difference in the world. I've told all of you, whether it's Super Saturday, whether it's Winston-Salem, the next event, which is so critical, that you get the people there. If you get beat, you're going to know it. You don't need to get beat anymore. Once I made a decision to win, I chose to win. I didn't have to think anymore. Larry Whitehall called a meeting, I was there. Bob Turley called a meeting, I was there. They called a meeting every 2 weeks, I'm there. Didn't even question it. And that's the level you got to play at. A couple other points, you know, real quick here. You know, talking about license a lot. Yes, you need licenses, and I'm the guy who every presentation and follow-up says probably 4 or 5 times. Through 5 or 10 people, you get 25 to 40 people licensed. Through 5 or 10 people, you get 25 to 40 people licensed in a 5 to 12 month period while you're part-time. They do 30 sales a month, 30 transactions a month on our business model. You make $155,000 a year. Yes, I said 25 to 40 licenses. I say it over and over. Now, the reality, those of you watching, you're going to have to be a double-digit recruiter for a year, 120, 150 recruits to get those 25 to 40. Yes, I talk about that, but it's the living water coming in, not taking ridiculous amounts of time with each individual. Like Mike Sharp, you know, said, we don't develop people. Yeah, you can hound them, you can develop them, all that crap you want to. At the end of the day, we find people. We got to find people that have to get something done now, including a lot of you listening to me right now. You need to be the person that's got to get something done right now. And people are going to follow somebody who needs to get something done right now. Now, somebody might laugh. I remember people laughing at me early on. Well, they didn't laugh long. And as I went down my career, 10, 20, 30, 40, 41 years, none of them laughing anymore. Well, I wish I'd done what you did. Well, too bad. And this is a better time than that time. Everything we're doing right now will be bigger than anything we've ever done, anything I've ever done in my career. So embrace that, understand it. You know, those of you that got to be in the room. You got to be in the room. 10 tickets, 25 tickets matters for Super Saturday if you're on the Cocoa Run. If you're on the Cocoa Run to go to Cocoa Beach, to October 10th, 10-10, special double-digit day, 10-10, 2021, but 10-10 will be at Cocoa Beach. I don't know if you'll be at Cocoa Beach. Get a jacket, get to go to the meeting with 30 recruits, July, August, September. You get 75, 25 a month, July, August, September. You'll be staying overnight for an epic party. Man, we're already laying this thing out. It's going to be absolutely mind-blowing, but you got to make a decision to be in that room. What's your choice? And just a shout out real quick to the Bold team. You know, they went to RVP 2 years ago. April went to SVP, and I was just looking at their numbers a little while ago. Right now, they've just pre-qualified for a national sales record. RVP 2 years ago, faster than I've done it. Pre-qualified as of right now, because you need 75,000, 100,000 the second month, promote the RVPs. But I know Belda's base got 44 by 30,635, 108 recruits on the team by 80,324, pre-qualified for NSD. You have 148 hours after this show to finish the month. You can make excuses or you can make money. Can't be a punk in Primerica, according to the great Peggy Hightower. So you choose what level you want to play at. Well, are people's number? Hell no, they ain't done. They ain't done in my hierarchy. Team Bold's on fire. What are you going to do? And are you going to go out there, put yourself on fire, be the leader, eyes on fire, with a white-hot, burning desire that people can see? You know you got to go get it done. That's the leader you need to be. So with that, we'll turn it back over to
Please,
Talk about
Andy.
being on fire.
Don't hurt him,
Whoa.
Andy. Don't hurt him.
Bring him in here. I'll hurt him.
Show him some
All
mercy right
Hey,
now.
I'm going to call an audible real
Okay.
quick. Right, I'm going to give you 5 more seconds to continue on the rally. We're going to go on to turning up the heat, Matt, if you'll show me the graphic for that. I wanted to make sure he was awake back there. All right, you guys, turning up the heat, August 14th with the great Francis Averett, like we talked about. Tickets are on sale now, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., right?
Back to our normal time slot.
Yep,
No
kind of.
stream.
No, he said it there. No
Yep.
stream, right? No stream. Tailgate.
Tailgate
all
at 8
kinds of
o'clock.
fun stuff. Yep. Check your email. All kinds of information there. Get a ticket. Make sure you have it in your own name by August the 8th.
Yeah, recognition
And-
cutoff Sunday, August 8th.
Yep. And new RVPs, go ahead and send that. You know how to find that at getbigorgohome.com and send it back to us at tickets@nightglass.com.
Yep. Next week we got Andrea
yeah,
Burke,
let's go
so
ahead and
that's
do
going to be a
that.
big,
That's exciting.
yeah, awesome
That's
show
very-
next week.
yeah,
Make sure you tune
exactly.
in for that.
All right, you guys, thank you for playing our little mini rally. Trish, you gonna come rattle through the? Oh, she's hurrying. She's hurrying. Uh-oh, you'll have to stand next to us. We don't have a mic. Oh, you have a mic.
I do. Matt took care of me.
He did take care of you.
Matt did
All
take
right.
care of me. So I'm just reading
right to the middle.
names, right?
Read the names, and then we're gonna read the top.
Oh, I
You
gotta
tell me what
sort.
the top are.
Okay, hold on. I got to sort. Sorry, guys. Give me just a.
Oh no, you didn't. You already sorted. Right there. You're good. Just read the names.
Okay. All right. So here we go. We go Whitmere, Wagner, Goodman, Pallant, Marmolejo, Roach, Baker, Stewart, Parkhurst, Santana Allen, Trin, Madkins, McKeever, Richmond, Rodriguez, Ray Rodriguez, Jackson Jolly, Red, Johnson, Hashish, Nguyen, Muse, Ottinger, Robinson, Doris Rodriguez, Vince Lane, Searcy, Lewis, Shaw, Florinord, Hayes, McGinnis, Risby, Kofer.
All right. Good job, you guys, for an impromptu little
Yeah.
mini rally there.
right.
Why don't we go ahead and
Keep
read
'em
the
on their
top
toes.
3,
Top 3? Top 2?
top 2.
Top
Top
2.
2, and we'll send a cup
To our special friends.
to our special friends at the top.
All right. So Hamad Rizvi, you reported in with 30 people tuned in. And William and Evelyn Kofer, 31.
All right. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's the
All
one.
right, you guys.
Yep, one.
The last one counts, right?
Yep.
So thanks for joining us for Tuesday training. We're going to hand it back over to your local offices, whatever you guys are doing there. Make sure you do rally and who's in the room and recognition. We'll see you next week.
Bye, y'all.
Okay. That's fast.
That was